Good evening, guys. As the title says, I've got a confession to make, but that's going to be later on. There's a couple of things I want to talk about, and then once I've spoke about them, I'm going to pause the video to go to Narnia. I'm going to bring a box back, get some more games in the room. I'm just going to grab a box at random, open it up, see what's in it. But the first thing, I've adopted a phrase which I've been using and I'm going to keep using because I think it's one of the best phrases I've ever heard in my life, and it's from the Girth Master himself, Goldtooth Gaming, and that is "lick my sack from the back." That is it's brilliant, guys. It can backfire though, because I was out on the front yesterday with Bigfoot, my neighbour, and got into a bit of a conversation, and he said something. I can't remember exactly what he said or how he said it, but it was also me saying to him, "Lick my sack from the back." And he just looked at me with a serious look on his face, and he went, "When?" Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that is my phrase from now on. I'm not going to say it in all the videos. Don't worry about that. I'm not. It's just something I'm going to be using to people, mates, friends, because I think it's brilliant. Yeah, lick my sack from the back. So, yeah. The other two things. Another thing is as well, those that left the last video I did about the eBay scam, those that left comments saying, "Oh, you could have said all this within 3 minutes. I got bored after 3 minutes." Guys, go and lick my sack from the back. You know, I don't care. I really don't care. If your attention span can't go longer than 3 minutes, you know, then who's got the problem? You know, 3 minutes. I bet you sit there watching shorts all day, don't you? You know, people. I bet you sat there in your mother's back bedroom holding her hand, watching all these shorts that people do. Because that's your attention span. 30 seconds, that's it, it's over. So yeah, as you exit my channel, just lick my sack from the back on your way out. I'm not going to rant too much about that because, like I said, I don't care. The other one, this isn't a rant either, guys. It's just two things I want to point out that I hate. Yeah, I do. I hate about eBay. Those that watched my video where I mentioned that my mum used to be a gamer, she played games back in the day. One of her favourite games was Super Smash TV for the Super Nintendo. And I mentioned another game called Total Carnage now. I didn't know the name at the time. So thanks to everybody that sent in a comment saying, "Oh, the sequel's called Total Carnage." Yeah, so what I did, I went on eBay, looking around. Now, the cartridge alone, just for the cartridge Total Carnage, you can buy for about 15 quid. But I thought, let's try and get one box, manual, complete. I was looking around, I seen one for bidding. It's bids. And it had something like five or 6 days left to go. So I thought, yeah, I'm one of these where I set a target in my head and I'm thinking, just have a quick look through sold listings, see what it sells for. And on average, it was selling between £50 and £60. So I thought, judging on condition, this was nice condition, guys. There was wear, like you'd expect, bits of wear around the edges. I thought, yeah, I'd bid 60 quid, but that was my max. I wasn't going to go more. So anyway, it was already on. I think the bid started at something like 44. So I went to 50 quid. After a couple of days, another bidder came in. I think he pushed it up another couple of quid or so. I went another quid on top of that. Other bidders they stopped bidding. I think they had their max going on. Yeah, for 60 quid, I'm not going to go over 60 quid because there was postage on top as well. So that would have took the whole total. I think it's postage. was £3.50. So, yeah, I maxed it out at 60 quid. I thought, go 60 quid. Anyway, on the last day, the last 10 minutes, I was watching the clock countdown and I was still in front with 60 quid. Got to the last 20 seconds and I'm thinking, I should have won this. As the guy went an extra pound right at the end. I think it was a quid, something like that. So anyway, he won the bid. He won the bid and I thought, fair dues. I was maxed out, 60 quid. This guy, he won it. And I didn't think nothing of it after that. So 3 or 4 days went by. I don't know, maybe up to about a week. I left it for a bit anyway. I thought I'll nip on eBay and have another look for this Total Carnage game. So I went on, I found another one, bids. People were bidding on it. And I started to think, this photo looks very familiar. And the guy's name was the same guy who sold the last one. When I read the comments of the game where people put their description in, it said relisted due to buyer not paying. I thought, geez, so I messaged him, got into a conversation with him. I said, so the buyer didn't pay, and he went no. And then I don't want to go into a lot of it because it went on and on, these conversations backwards and forwards. And we got to be quite good mates. I said that in my last video that, I was going to mention this, and we got to be pretty good mates. And I think he's subscribed to my channel in the end. So if you are, leave a comment. The conversation led to, I said to him, do you know you can block? What it is as well, he relisted it. And the same guy that's supposed to have bought it the first time round was rebidding again. And he said, I was like, you're joking? He went, no. He says, he's in there bidding again. He says, son, I'm just wondering whether to take it down. I says, no. I says, right. I says, did you know you can block bidders from bidding on your stuff? And he went, no. I goes, yeah. So I said to him, I says, it's called buyer management. Nah. I says, the best way to find buyer management is to click on where it says how many bidders you've received, because that'll be lit up in blue. I said to him, click that. Then you'll see a section that says manage bidding or something like that. I says, click on that, and that will, you scroll down, that will take you to buyer management. And then you'll see a section saying stop a bidder from bidding on your item, whether it's family members, because I think they call it, is it shilling or something? If a family member tries to up the bid, which eBay see that as not good. So yeah, anyway, he says, he'll look for it. But I said to him, you need to know and write down correctly the user's name. Whoever you want to block, I says, there'll be a little section and you write the user's name in that section, and then just below that, there'll be a submit. I says, make sure you click on submit so that name, I says, and he will be deleted from your bidding list. So anyway, it was the next day. He messaged me, this guy did. He says, oh, mate, it worked. He says, I found it. He says, I managed to find buyer management. He says, I put his name in, I submitted it. He says, and then he's disappeared off the bidding list, so he can't bid, he can't buy. And apparently, once that's been submitted, that stays for a year, and then it's up to you whether you want to reset it, renew it, or during that year, you can release them and then let them rebid on your stuff. But if I ban somebody, it's like him that ripped me off. In the last video I did, ripped me off with one of the games made out. I sent them both, he sent one. And then relisted. I put him in my block. I've got 3 people in my little grid of that are not allowed to bid on anything that I sell. And they'll stay there, guys, forever, as long as I do eBay. I will never release them. So anyway, like I said, I got into a big conversation with this guy. And I know these people are going to come into this chat saying, no, another one that could have been 3 minutes long. Do one, lads. Let's go. Go and torment somebody else in their channel. You know, flick my sack from the back. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, like I said, we got talking, good mates. I told him about I've got this channel. He says, "Oh, I'll have a look." And sent me a message saying I've subscribed. So what? Anyway, this was quite ironic, really. So I said to him, "I'm going to bid on your game because I've been after this game, Total Carnage." So anyway, I did the same again, maxed out at 60 quid, and I thought, if this isn't a one where another guy might think of the same thing or just start bidding but don't pay, I thought I'll max it out to 65. And then with postage, that would take it to something like £68.50. I thought, yeah, I'll do that. It's pretty good condition. It works. There was photos of it working. And the cartridges don't mess up anyway, really. Unless you just need the pins cleaning. I've had that before. That's no problem. So anyway, I maxed out. Anyway, again, got right down to the last few seconds. Guys, I got out of bed again. And I'm thinking, okay, I think it sold for 70 quid or 71. £71, I think. There seemed to have been more people after it as well this time. So I thought, okay, yeah, fine. Anyway, I thought he might message me in probably a day or two if he has to relist it because this guy didn't pay. Anyway, I in the end, I left it a couple of days, went searching, and I'm thinking he hadn't relisted it. Went on sold listings, couldn't find it on sold listings. Sometimes you don't. You can sell something, it just don't appear on sold listings for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so in the end, I messaged him saying, how did it go this time? Obviously, it's not there. You've not relisted. It says the buyer paid this time, mate. So I thought, fair dues. So anyway, but I will keep an eye out and I will keep looking for it. But I'm not in any rush to get it. Because to be fair, guys, I'm still playing the Super Smash TV. The other thing that winds me up about eBay as well, and anybody, no offense, but if you're one of these people that use AI as a description, I expect to go to the comments and it will say, oh, maybe a few scratches on the disc, maybe a bit of wear and tear to see it, and now I want the photos, I want to be able to read about it. I'm sick and tired of going to the comments and it gives you a full load of BS about this game, immersing in this game and get wrapped up in a life of... I don't care about that crap. I want to know if the disc is good. I want to know if the cartridge is good. I want to know if there's a manual. I want to know if... So, guys, I won't buy. I'll just skip past. I will not buy from anybody who uses AI in their description. It's a load of crap. eBay should never have introduced that. So yeah, that was the second bugbear thing that winds me up. Winds me up when people win the bid and don't pay, especially when you've been going for like a week. You want that week to end so you can pay for it and get it, or you just want it out of the way. And so that winds me up. Anyway, I'm going to pause it there, guys, because I'm going to nip to the Narnia cupboard and bring back a box, because over the next couple of weeks as well, where I'm going to be getting another one of these tower units, one of these glass towers, because I need to start shifting the room around a little bit so I can get some more games on shelves. And the only way I can do that is to fit more towers. I can fit more towers. I've worked out I can make a bit of room. So anyway, I'm just going to pause it there, guys, and then I'm going to come back with a box. So I'll be less than a second. Hi, guys. I'll show you the box first. So I'm going to show you the box. I need to adjust the camera. So I've just gone in. I've grabbed this. Obviously, it's an old shoe box. I ain't got a clue what's in it. What's that? Let's hope it's not mine. It's not. Some Slaters, there's some shoes in there at some point. Anyway, let me just pull this camera down a little bit so you can see a little bit more. Let's get a knife to open this. Like I said, I ain't got Right, let's see. Right, let's have a look. The other thing is as well, in one of my earlier videos, I did mention there's still quite a large statue in the Narnia cupboard, and it's in a pretty big box. I could do with getting that out of there at some point. Give me a lot more room in there, because it is a big box it's in. I know what the statue is. I just got nowhere to put it at the moment in here, because I want it in here. It's definitely got to be in here. I will find. I've got an idea of where I might be putting it, but I can't even do that until I get a. It's still fastened, yeah. Until I get another. It won't fit on one of these. Definitely not. But if I can get, well, I will be getting another one of these towers, and then yeah, I'll be putting that up, and then I can hopefully it'll be this year anyway. It'll be before. It's going to be before Christmas. I want that statue in here definitely, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. It will be one of the best. I've got a lot of large figures in here. I've got the Hulk, Spider-Man over there. But this one is possibly my favourite out the lot. All right, okay. This is interesting, guys. Looks like a couple of steel books. All right, I've got, what's that? Crackdown for the 360. Crackdown. Have I got... so I've got a look in my book. I'm sure I've got Crackdown 2. Is that a manual or? Right, that is looks like a giant, big, yeah, some big map thing. Yeah, Project Sunburst. And then obviously we've got the disc. Is it single? Yep. It's nice condition, a few tiny marks, but they're not going to bother it. Just that. A bit of dust. Yeah. Crackdown. Is that? Oh, it's Crackdown 2. Yeah, I didn't see that number 2. It's Crackdown 2 Steelbook. I must have the first one on the shelf then, the first Crackdown. I will check that out later, because if I haven't, I'm sure I have. Because everything's written down in this book down here, guys, in my filing thing. So yeah, we've got another Steelbook here. This one. Anybody guess what that is? Because it don't tell you on the box. There's no writing anywhere on the box. Probably would have had a sleeve on it at some point, but what I do with these, I put them in those protective plastic see-through cases, because they fit nicely in them. Right. Oh, I remember now. Right. Guys, this is Dark Souls 2. Now, this is where you guys come into it, because there's a lot of you out there, and I've tried to do a bit of homework on this, and I can't find anything. Right, I'll take it out. I'll show you the rest of it first, and I'll show you what I've just took out. So what we've got is... Right, we've got 2 discs. Obviously, we've got the game, and that looks like a soundtrack. Oh yeah, soundtrack CD. Yeah, it is. So I'll definitely be playing that. I'll just check condition. Definitely, I love soundtracks, guys. Oh, that is nice. You're not going to see much. Apart from Spider-Man over there, look. So yeah, check the soundtrack CD. Oh, that's nice as well. So yeah. I'll be playing that later. I can just sit here easily and just stick it in the CD player and play it. Right, the thing I wanted to... Well, let me just have a look at these, because we've got the manual. Nice, clean manual. That looks brand new, to be fair, guys. That doesn't look like it's ever been touched. Got a download thing. Got another download thing. So yeah, we've got the manual downloads. Now what I'm going to show you next, because what I did, I went on eBay, and every one of these steel books that I've ever come across doesn't contain what I'm about to show you. And I can't take it out of its packet because it's never been opened. It's actually sealed in. And this, guys, is made of metal. It's made of metal. I don't know if you can hear that. That is metal. And if you look at that, no, it's also got a Titanium Moore or something, whoever created it, that signature. I'm not sure if this actually came with the steelbook, but this, when I bought the steelbook, obviously this was inside it. Now, I've never seen one on eBay with this inside the steelbook. So I don't know, guys. If any of you guys know, just put it in the comments. Or you can just complain about this video being more than 3 minutes long. Totally up to you guys. I don't really... Whatever you say, I'll answer your comment anyway. So yeah, that's the two steel books. And then we've got a couple... Ooh, right, I actually forgot about these. I got these off a car boot years ago, guys. And these are... It's a set of Pac-Man watches. Yeah, watch set, Pac-Man. This his and hers. Right. Not sealed out. Now, if I remember right, okay, they've still got the protective film that goes over the glass to stop the glass from getting damaged. And if you look there, is it there? There's a little tag on the winder, and that is there to preserve the battery. So you pull that tag out. There you go. Hang on. Yeah, that's it. You pull the tag out, and you press the winder in, and it starts ticking. You can just see this red second and around. Can you? You see it? A lot of glare. Yeah, I think you can see it. Anyway, it works. You know what? I've lost the tag. I'm gonna lost that tag, guys. Now, let's pull this back out to stop the watch from ticking, because preserve the battery. Yeah, it stops it. You pull the winder back out, it stops ticking. What have I done with that tag now? I've dropped it. Now it's gone into the abyss. Anyway, guys, yeah, so we have, because that's bigger, obviously, that's going to be the male. So it's his and hers, isn't it? I need to find that tag somewhere. I don't know. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it, guys. I found it. I just want to get this tag back in, because obviously I'm not going to use these. They're not for use. Got them off car boot. Not long after I moved in here, because I remember somebody, it was one of the neighbours, was on about a car boot. Oh, it was Roger across the road. He used to live across the road. He was on about a car boot. So I said to him, I says, oh, I might. He was one of the first people I ever got to know when I moved around here about 12 years ago. So yeah, he was talking about the car boot. I says, oh, I might nip over. He says, we can go in my car if you want. So I thought, yeah. So I went in his car. He drove. Yeah, and I spotted these on somebody's store. I can't remember exactly. I think, what did I pay for these? I think the guy didn't know about them tags, because he says they need batteries. He says they both need batteries. The battery's not working. I think he wanted a £5 for the tin, for the whole lot. I don't know what's on that there. Yeah, I think he said a £5. And knowing me, I'm a bit of a, probably asked him 4, and he probably would have took it. But 12 years, guys, been asleep since then, I forget. So no, yeah, that's them. And the last thing in the box is we've got Far Cry 3. Complete, I think. I'm going to have a look in a minute, because I can't remember. It's got the little thingy in there. I think it's complete. We'll just chuck that down there out the way. I've got my confession in a bit, guys. After 30 odd years, I'm finally going to confess to something that I did 30 odd years ago. Right, what have we got first? Now that's so we've got a wallet thing taken out of its bag. Far Cry wallet thing. That opens up. It's got different things. I suppose that's to store all of your stuff. So yeah, we've got that. I'll put all this away later. And what else we got? We've got the game Far Cry 3. I've already got this on the shelf, Far Cry 3 for the 360. Yeah, I have. It's up there. It's up on the shelf. We've got downloads. We've got, that's a manual. Not a big manual, it's only 4 pages. But nevertheless, it's a manual. Oh, we've got, what's this? That just opens up. Oh, it's got a download thing there. The Lost Expeditions. And yeah. So I think that tells me it's complete. There's another download there. So we'll keep them in there where they belong. We've got another nice disc, nice condition. Boxes in really nice condition as well, guys. There's no scuffs, rips, marks. That's nice. All right, what else have we got? We've got, all right, that's a bit, I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit crumpled. It's a bit creased. Yeah, I don't know how that would have happened. It might have been like that when I got it, I don't know. Got it that long, but this is some sort of book. Got a few creases in it, but in fact that might iron out at some point. Iron it, say probably a page at a time, because each page has its own crease. So I'm thinking I could iron this. Because every game collector who's got a games room must have an iron. Must have an iron and ironing board, guys. If you ain't got one, you need to go and buy one. Because at some point, you'll come across things like this. And you've got to get the iron out. Anyway, the last thing in the box is that, guys. Let's have a look at him. That's just the holder. Right, is that sealed? No. What is it? No. It's got a bit of tape on it, that's all. Yeah, it's just got a bit of tape on it. So it's not officially sealed. We've got a little man. We've got one of them bobblehead things, isn't it? Yeah, there's a little man with a skirt on. Well, that's the thing nowadays, isn't it? So yeah. Bobblehead, his head's like spring loaded, guys. So yeah, I'm saying that's complete. If it's not complete, everything I've showed you, I'm sure somebody will leave a comment. I'm going to put that back as a tape, because why not? Yeah. Anyway, that is everything in that box. I'm pretty happy with that. Games for the collection, go into the collection. And like I said, guys, anybody knows anything about the steel thing in Dark Souls 2? Anybody knows anything about that? Maybe there was a collector's set, I don't know. I ain't got a big collector's set. And I just brought, that's how I bought that steelbook. That was already in it. Anyway, right, confession time. Now, this confession goes back, what year are we in? 2024, 90s? It was early 90s. It was my days of being an electrician, guys. And I was sent to Nottingham Playhouse to install a new fire alarm. I had to rip all the old system out and replace it with an up-to-date fire alarm system, everything, wiring, the lot, ionized, optical detectors, ionization, everything, the main board panel. Yeah, so I turned up one morning, and outside, because I was there for a few weeks, it was a big job. Turned up one morning, and outside was one of them, is it an A board? They call them A boards, like a sandwich board. There's one of them outside. And on it, written in chalk, it said, starting tonight, 7:30, I think it was, starting tonight, 7:30, Rumpelstiltskin. And if I don't know a lot about Rumpelstiltskin. I know it was is he the one where you had to guess his name or something? Or she had to guess his name and then she'd be released from his, I don't know. I can't remember ever watching it. I'd heard of it. So yeah, Rumpelstiltskin. So anyway, I'm in at one point, I'm in the reception area of the Playhouse, and there's nobody on the desk. There's nobody there at all. And there's a nice big fat piece of white chalk just sat on the counter. So I thought, I'm going to have a bit of a laugh here. So I went outside to and in them days, guys, there's no mobile phones, nothing. nobody's going to walk around with a camera in the pocket unless they was really big into photography. So it's not, I mean, what I'm about to tell you, if it happened nowadays, there'd be loads of selfies, there'd be photos. I know for a fact there would be. And what I did, I got this piece of chalk, I went outside, and I rubbed out Rumpelstiltskin, and I written in big letters, crumpled foreskin. And I drew the biggest... Oh, mate. So, anybody that worked at or walked past and seen it, if they worked at the Playhouse in the 90s and, oh, yeah, I remember that happening. Oh, it was him. The man fitting the fire alarm. Because what it was, guys, because in the reception area, that was where I was fitting the main panel. All the wires was ready to be wired in, and I'm doing all this. So I'm there for a few hours. And this woman comes in, oldish. This oldish woman comes in, and I could hear her talking to somebody in the reception. She was going, "Have you seen that sign outside?" She goes, "I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, or you've got a play going on tonight about that." So anyway, the woman got up, she went outside, and she kind of like, she came in with the board because obviously she didn't want people seeing it. Anyway, she comes in with this board, and she looked at me. She said, "Can you believe some people's mentality?" Guys, it was in the biggest letters, crumpled foreskin tonight, 7:30. This big knob with a couple of... I had to have a serious look on my face, and I went, "You're joking?" She went, "I know." Anyway, she went rushing through to the back. She was gone for about 10 minutes. And she probably went to show the manager. I don't know if he was in. I didn't know if he was in. But she probably would have done. She probably showed everybody, "Hey, seen what somebody's done?" Yeah, and anyway, she came back 10, 15 minutes later. She'd rewritten it all. Rumpelstiltskin was written back in, nice fancy writing. But I tell you what, guys, the amount of people, while I was in that reception area, before that woman came in and mentioned it, the amount of people I was seeing walking past and they're stopping looking at it, like couples talking to each other, like pointing to it, saying things, and I'm kind of like laughing. Yeah, so that's my confession, guys. So anybody that worked at the Playhouse 30 years ago, 30 odd years ago, yeah, it was me. It was me, guys. I wrote in crumpled foreskin on your board. And it was there for a few hours before that woman came in. I got there for something like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was about 10 o'clock in the morning when I did it. I think it was afternoon, guys. So it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon before she came in. So it had been there for like 4 hours outside. So anyway, guys, that is it. That is my confession. That is my 2 things I hate about eBay. A box of games from Narnia. And my finally got it off my chest. I can sleep now tonight. I feel a lot better. Been buried the secret for 30 odd years. And finally, it's out there. The truth is out there, guys. So, yeah. Yeah. And I think it's good to confess for things. Oh, mate. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to end it there. So, yeah, if anybody comes in the chat and says, "Oh, you could have done all this in 3 minutes," lick my sack from the back. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all later. Bye for now.